Let's learn the basics of pytest. We will see how to write simple and scalable tests using pytest. Pytest helps us create simple, scalable, and reliable tests for your Python projects. Pytest is a powerful Python testing framework. It is simple and easy to learn, making it accessible for beginners. It has built-in assertions and a rich plugin ecosystem which makes it scalable for large projects. To install pytest, you can use pip. Simply run the command pip install pytest in your terminal. If you're working in a specific virtual environment, you can use Python and pip install pytest to install it within that environment. To verify the installation, you can run pytest version in your terminal. It displays the version of pytest installed. Let us start by writing our first test. First, define a function to test. Save it as math_functions.py. Here is a simple function named add that takes two arguments, a and b, and returns their sum. Next, create a test file named test_math.py. Import the add function from the math_functions module. Define a test function named test_add. Inside this function, we use assertions to check the output of the add function with different inputs. The first assertion checks if adding 1 and 2 equals 3, and the second assertion checks if adding -1 and -1 equals -2. Now that we have written our first test, let's run the tests. To run all tests in the current directory, simply type pytest in your terminal. To run a specific test file, type pytest followed by the name of the test file, such as pytest_test_math.py. For more detailed output, you can use the verbose option by typing pytest v. Pytest uses standard Python assert statements to verify expectations in tests. Here are some common assertion examples. Check equality using assert 10 equals 10. Check inequality using assert 5 is not equal to 10. Check if a value is true using assert true. Check if an element is in a collection using assert 3 in the list 1, 2, 3, 4. And check if an object is an instance of a type using assert isInstance of the string hello, string. Test fixtures provide a fixed baseline for tests. These are setup and teardown functions that run before and after a test. Let's define a fixture called sample_data using the pytest.fixture decorator. The setup phase is where we define the data, such as a dictionary with a name and age. The yield statement returns the data to the test function. Optionally, we can include a teardown phase after the yield statement for cleanup code. Now let's use the fixture in a test function called test_user_data. By including sample_data as an argument, pytest automatically injects the data from the fixture into the test. We then use assertions to check if the name is test user and the age is 30. Parameterized tests allow us to run the same test with different input values. To create a parameterized test, we use the pytest.mark.parameterize decorator. In this example, we are testing the add function with different sets of inputs. We define the parameters of b and expected, and provide a list of tuples with the values for each parameter. Each tuple represents a different test case. Then we define the test function test_add_parameterized, which takes a b and expected as arguments. Inside the test function, we assert that the result of add a b is equal to the expected value. Let us see how to test exceptions. We will start by creating a function that raises exceptions. The function is called divide, which takes two arguments, a and b. If b is equal to 0, it raises a zero division error with the message, cannot divide by 0, otherwise, it returns a divided by b. Now to test for expected exceptions, import pytest. Define a test function called test_divide_by_0. Use pytest.raises to assert that calling divide 10, 0 raises a zero division error. Here are some best practices to follow when writing tests with pytest. Name test files with the prefix test _. Keep tests simple and focused. Use descriptive test names. Use fixtures for repeated setup. Organize tests using classes. Here are some helpful resources to further enhance your pytest skills. The pytest documentation, pytest COV for code coverage, pytest dist for parallel testing, pytest mock for mocking, and pytest timeout for time limits. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.